Tuli mu Parliament era nga His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine azzeemu okubikolera ddala ku Speaker wa Parliament Anita Amongi abadde alowooza nti nno ajja kuwaayiriza, abadde alowooza nti ajja kusiga Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine erinnya ebbi. Leero nno Pulezidenti amwerumbidde. Anita Amongi abadde yabiyita byakusaaga, abadde amanyi nti Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine bamala gamwogerako gwe n'otulire n'oli obulati n'olowooza nti nno ebibyo biteredde. Mukwano gwange twongera okujjukiza n'okutegeeza. Twongera okutegeeza n'okujjukiza nti kaakati ebintu ebimu bifuukidde ddala eby'enjawulo era nga pulezidenti w'abantu Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine, elected president of Uganda, yabitugamba nti Anita Amongi ajja kutuuka ekiseera abyejjuse. Kaakati nno muganda wange, mukwano gwange, tubyejjusizza nnyo era twongera obbategeeza bamaama bataata nti byo ebyamukulu. Anita Amongi talina kyatugamba. Anita Amongi takyalina kyagamba era Anita Amongi Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine amutegeezezza nti ebintu ebimu asirikeko kubanga takyalina lugendo naye nga pulezidenti bano abeesobolera. Ffe tabagamba dda ti pulezidenti abantu abamu abeesobolera ne mulowooza oyo Kyagulanyi abeera mu bibye, oyo Kyagulanyi akola bibye. Baganda bange, mikwano gyange, twongera obbajjukiza n'okubategeeza ono pulezidenti w'eggwanga twongera obbategeeza n'okubajjukiza nti pulezidenti w'eggwanga lino omulonde Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine, bannayuganda gwe bakeera ku makya ne beerondera mu mazima n'obwenkanya, omubbi n'amubbako entebe ye, ajja genda mu maaso n'okukolera ddala ekintu ekituufu ky'alina okukola era ajja kutwala Uganda eno mu maaso. Mwene we munaakola mutya ne munaagamba okulemerako okwenkanawa. Twongera obbajjukiza n'okubategeeza Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine, His Excellency, elected President of Uganda, ng'alubamu ku lwa bannayuganda ne ku lw'eggwanga lino tewali kitagenda kubeerera ddala bulungi. Naye nga Pulezidenti tukwebazizza nnyo okuvayo n'okirifayinga Anita Amongi abadde akwesibyeko, nga yenna akwetuzzeeko, nga yenna akulemeddeko, nga yenna afuuse obuzibu. Ne kaakati ebigambo takyalina kyagamba. Takyalina Anita Amongi kyennyinza obbagamba nti Anita Amongi ali mu kusattira, atuula obufuufu, atuula kano, atuula kali, atuula kano, atuula kwali, buli wamu wamufundiridde. Naye nga ye pulezidenti agenda maaso. Enjawulo eri mu pulezidenti waffe omulungi Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine, omwagalwa abangi. Tukwebazizza nnyo era ne tukusaba nti taata tusaba tutambule bwe tuti, tutambulire awo Uganda yaffe ekyuke, bannayuganda bafune essanyu, bantu babeere n'essanyu, abantu babeere bulungi, tufune eggwanga eddungi lye tugenda okwekwatako okulaba nga tutereeza buli kimu ekyasoba. Tumanyi oyo Anita Amongi kasobeza, buli kimu ky'akola akola kyakusobya olw'okuba asanyusa mukama we. Neffe weetuli ate tukyatambula, tweyanzizza nnyo mwenna abayimuka ku lwa bannayuganda era Uganda yaffe ejja kununulwa. Ffe tulina okukkiriza kubeera tutambulira mu mbeera ey'okukkiriza. Tusuubira nti eggwanga lyaffe lijja kununulwa era tujja kufuna ekituufu kye tulina okufuna.
Musale, sit down.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for protecting me from my fellow Msoga. Anyhow, we are Ugandan, so we belong everywhere. But very importantly, Right Honorable Speaker, you know, when the traders reached out to us as Parliament and as leaders, we understand there were meetings scheduled with the executive. They did reach out to yourself, Madam Speaker. They reached out to us. as well, and they had critical concerns. The assumption that they have been having is that this bill is one of the remedies to their concerns. Now, they are wondering the remedies exactly that are coming through, because they had certain proposals. They wanted VAT lessened to 16%, threshold from 150 million to 1 billion, and several other issues. Whether members here agree with them or not, but they did have these concerns. They still have these concerns, Right Honorable Speaker. To date, though, government has not given us an update. Not long ago, they told us there was going to happen a meeting to harmonize and so on, but this house has not been kept in the loop on what exactly is happening. So the traders are going to assume that we have now responded to their concerns through this bill, which is not the truth. So maybe government at this point needs to update us. What exactly is happening? Did we just push the matters of the traders under the rug and we have moved on swiftly? Because the traders have not moved on, and they said if these concerns are not addressed, they will protest again. I don't know whether we want to keep having a back and forth, because when they put down their tools, close their shops, the economy is affected. So can we get a proper remedy? Because this bill here is not a remedy.
Thank you. Honorable members, what we are doing is legislation. The matters that is being raised are policy matters. Can we have the response from the minister on policy issues as we do legislation?
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it is true there are a number of concerns raised on tax administration by the traders, specifically surrounding around the use of IFRIS. Madam Speaker, we have had a number of engagements at various stages, and tomorrow at 11, we'll be at Kororo engaging with the traders. The president is going to respond to all the issues which the traders have raised.
Bill second reading, the Tax Procedures Code Amendment Bill 2024.
Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I beg to move a motion that the Tax Procedures Code Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the second time.
Say seconded. Seconded. Seconded by Amero, Connie, Ochan, Emmanuel, Achuti, Honorable Obama, Nancy, Sauda. The whole of this side, the whole of the right-hand side, including the government chief whip. Can you, there is Laibi, Moma, Rossi, Patience, Presidential Affairs, Busia, Mitoma, Agriculture, Elders. Now you know I can mention all your names. No, agriculture is Honorable Gutuma. You know I can't mention her name because she's my aunt. Okoromoy. Can you speak to your motion?
Madam Speaker and colleagues, the Tax Procedures Amendment Code is intended to require a taxpayer who intends to claim a deduction of or credit for the goods destroyed to inform the commissioner before the destruction of the goods and other related matters. As simple as this.
Thank you. Chair, do you have a minority?
Right Honorable Speaker, there is a minority report on this bill, the Tax Procedures Code Amendment Bill 2024. Allow me to first present the report of the committee. And I'll go straight to the real issues. Clause 2, the proposed amendment seeks to compel a taxpayer to inform the Commissioner General before destroying damaged stock, expired stock, damage of manufactured stock, expiry of manufactured stock, or obsolete stock. The committee observed that this measure will enable the Commissioner General to validate the deduction being claimed by a taxpayer before allowing it. Therefore, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the committee recommends that the proposed amendment be adopted. There was also an addition of a request to extend a period of the section 40D, which allows waiver of interest and penalty and allowing of payment of principal. That was the position of the committee, and allow me to report, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Chair, minority. Yeah, you have two minorities. I like. There is no Najana Nkumbi and Katonga here. We have members of parliament.
I think what
We have minority reports,
what
not
the
from any side, but they are all from parliament.
what many MPs have not engaged themselves with is that the rules allow minority report. They can actually be 5. There was a case here when we had about 4. Madam Speaker, this particular bill, as the main report has said, this particular bill is not as complicated. In fact, my understanding is that URI is only asking for presence when goods are being destroyed, as the chair. But let me, because this is a short report, let me read it, the parts that are important. This particular bill, Madam Speaker, I'll start with the non-compliance with the law. The certificate of financial Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija, issued for this bill does not meet requirements of Section 6 of the Public Finance. The certificate the minister issued reads, revenue is expected from improved compliance, but cannot be quantified at the present. The clarification in when a report is being read. No, those are issues you can raise after. The minister, the certificate the minister issued reads, revenue is expected
Shadow cabinet is doing a good job.
from improved compliance.
Let me first tell you the shadow cabinet. When I was a vice chairperson of COSASE, met me and fired me when I was in a corridor and said, from today you are not a vice chairperson of COSASE. Yes.
Madam Speaker, you have forgotten, I actually wrote to the Speaker of Parliament removing you. So it was not in the corridor.
Now you go ahead. You go ahead.
Madam Speaker and honorable members, the certificate issued by the minister does not meet the requirements of section 76 of the Public Finance Management Act. The certificate he issued reads, revenue is expected from improved compliance, but cannot be quantified at the present. This statement by the Minister of Finance offends the section above, which require him to indicate the estimates of revenue and expenditure over a period of not less than 2 years after the coming into effect of the bill. The certificate must also indicate the impact of the bill on the economy. The law did not envisage a minister a bill to Parliament with no comprehensive study. Every legislator brought here seeks to cure a mischief. What mischief is the minister seeking to cure with no quantifiable benefit? Yet the same minister in his letter introducing the domestic revenue mobilization strategy for Uganda 2019-20, 2023-2024 committed to end arbitrariness. The minister said, in order to achieve our revenue potential, we will move away from ad hoc annual tax policy changes. These piecemeal adjustments with little alignments to an overreaching strategy have created a high degree of unpredictability and uncertainty in our tax policy direction. The domestic revenue mobilization strategy will address this as well as ensure that our future tax policy embodies the principles of simplicity, fairness, citizen welfare, and sustainability. This is the commitment the minister made to the country in writing. This Parliament must hold him to his commitment. We should hold him to his commitment. Maybe he is carrying out a study and he wants to use Parliament as a respondent. This will be very unfortunate if that is his intention. Parliament should therefore not allow this minister to use it for this purpose. Madam Speaker, that is the minority on this exercise, on this tax procedure code amendment bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Madam Chair, thank you very much. Madam Speaker, minority reports are raised under rules of procedure under Rule 205. It can be a member or members. So members, I want to tell you that the rules are also allow you to raise as many minority reports. But as you are many, if you become more than the main report, then you become the majority report. The other one becomes the minority what? Report, even if it has the chair as the one leading it. And Madam Chair, in this house, we have ever had the chairperson and his vice writing a minority report during the time of Honorable Stephen Tosobie on Temangalo case. So, Madam Speaker,
but we had a minority report of Honorable August Lee,
as a chair,
which took the day. Which took the day.
Madam Chair, I'm raising, the one I'm raising is on section 40D, which the chairman has talked about, waiver of interest on payment of principal tax. Madam Speaker, we know that we have been, there are so many challenges with the implementation of Schedule 40D of the Principal Act, which provides for a waiver of interest and a penalty. In practice, URS e-system currently applies Section 40D together with Section 30H, which essentially compounds the outstanding principal as inclusive of any interest and a penalty outstanding. They therefore note that the proposed amendment should be introduced along clear and practical implementation guidelines, indicating that the payments should be applied first principal tax until it's exhausted. Then the balance can be applied to interest and a penalty, then to be applied on interest concurrently with the principal. Madam Speaker, this always penalizes compliant taxpayers at the time of waiving interest and a penalty. So, Madam Speaker, our recommendation is that Section 42 of the Act is amended with a clear provision that for avoidance of doubt, avoidance of any doubt, and the payment tax should be applied to outstanding principal first until it's exhausted before interest is paid or waived. Madam Speaker, it is a simple demonstration. There are two taxpayers. What is the difference?
Honorable members, there is a new clause that the committee is introducing. And the new clause is saying that is under 40D, that waiver of interest and penalty on payment of the principal tax. And under the Principal Act, it says any interest and penalty outstanding as at 30th June 2023 shall be waived where the taxpayer pays the principal tax by 31st December 2023. That is what is in the Principal Act. However, the committee is bringing an amendment, and the committee is saying they want to amend Section 40D of the Principal Act. Section 40 of the Principal Act in subsection 1 by substituting the word 30th June 2023 by 31st December, meaning you're having 2 financial years. You're moving away from the financial year of June to the calendar year of December. And that is what, Honorable, if I've understood you well.
Madam Speaker, on the committee as it has raised, it's saying, first of all, there are larger issues with URA which are not even in the law. What I want to put across, for example, you are 2 taxpayers. Each of you has a principal tax of 100,000 with interest of 50. When you go and pay your money, what URA does, it will apportion the money against partly to the principal and then some to the interest. Now, I want to give 2 scenarios. I, Nandala, I am a good taxpayer. Amos, our chair, is a bad taxpayer. Okay. No, no, I have never. So, Madam Chair, it is okay. Amos have withdrawn. Okay. There are 2 taxpayers, A and B. One is a good taxpayer. He tries to pay his tax. So as he's paying his tax, part is used against the principal and the part at the interest. Now I want to give a scenario, 100,000 interest, 50,000 and a penalty. Now the bad one waits knowing that the committee, Parliament one day to waive. Now when it is waiving, for him, they will waive the whole interest and the principal will be allowed to pay would be 100,000. While the other one who did some part payments, he paid 65,000. Just 1 minute. Don't worry. You are just a LDU. Listen. 70,000.
Order. Madam Speaker, you allowed me.
I have refused your order.
Order.
Get order. The
Order.
speaker has refused.
Honorable Nandara, order.
Madam Speaker, is somebody
Respect
allowed
the
to use
order.
the microphone before you tell it?
Order, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, decorum.
Madam Speaker,
Decorum is very important. What was your issue?
Madam Speaker, he got up and got a
What
microphone.
is the amendment you bring?
Madam Speaker, the amendment is simply that when a taxpayer pays money, it must be first be applied towards the principal before applying it to interest and penalty. You come.
But I thought that would be handled administratively. Must it be in the?
Thank you so much, Honorable Nandala, for accepting my clarification. The issue we are dealing with, which the committee has proposed, is that we have taxpayers who are experiencing difficulties in meeting their tax obligations. And as a result of that, they have not only incurred their tax due, but they have also added penalty and interest. Now, we want to make things easier for them by giving them a specific period whereby if they can be able to pay the principal, then penalty and interest is waived. Are we together? Now,
Just a minute.
now, the question now should be, how do we achieve this? Section 40D, which we are referring to, expired. It expired as at 30th, as at 31st
31st December.
of December
Yeah.
2023,
Okay.
meaning we cannot amend it. We have to now bring a new insertion. Are we together? So can we start from there? Now bring your argument from there.
Madam Speaker, the argument I'm bringing, it is for benefit for Madam.
Yes. Yes.
Madam Chair, I'm raising on the point of procedure. A few minutes ago, as you consulted your staff, Honorable Nandara Mafavi referred the honorable member as an LDU. Remember, a few minutes ago, we had to correct the record when a comment was made. So he was on record. The microphone was on. Are we proceeding well when Honorable Mafavi referred the honorable member as an LDU?
Honorable members, was that mentioned today? Where?
Madam Chair, you are consulting your staff, and he was on record.
That means I did not hear.
But it is on record.
No, I am saying I did not hear.
Yes, that's why I've raised it as a point of procedure.
Honorable members, we are handling a very serious issue. Can we first sort out that issue?
Madam Speaker, you have raised very good. And sometimes when you sleep in the house, it's very dangerous. Madam Speaker, what I'm
The
raising.
professor has not slept.
Okay, I've withdrawn. What? Madam Speaker, I agree with the entire committee up to what they're saying and the minister.
Yes.
But the issue is coming like this. Let me give figures.
Okay, what amendment do you want?
The amendment I'm saying, Madam Speaker,
Give us the amendment.
it is that everybody.
Ebigambo bwe bityo bwe biri baganda bange mikwano gyange tuli wano tuli mu parliament era nga Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine abasangidde ddala.